Hello and welcome back to this sixth and final part of the first 24-hour video of LOTR Rise to War, playing through as Mr. Cuddles on my free-to-play account. As you can see there is 27 minutes left. And from tile perspective, we have 3 130s and 21 90s, and then a makeup of a lot else below that, as we have 82 of 86 tiles taken at this moment in time, and we are actually dropping some at the moment, which will also help. So as you can see, we're currently scouting 150s because the aim really is to try and get the best tiles that you can for resource gathering within the first 24 hours. So we have a grain and we have an ore 130, and now we're looking at getting a stone 150 and a wood 150, which I think really should be everyone's minimum achievement for the first day, is to try and get all of those just to really set you up for the season nicely. So as you can see, just going back to tile makeup a little bit there, we're dropping the last of our 30s and we're dropping some 40s, just for the simple reason that we're not going to unlock the next chapter, and because we've got some stamina left over that we should use before the end of the buff. As you see there, we're currently 74th, we do finish about 50th. And then we'll go into the Gandalf build just quick so you can see, and then where we are with Dwalin. So they are level 24 and level 20. I think that's reasonable for the first day. Yes, I've seen higher, of course, you know, but for a free-to-play player, it's not a bad result, I would say. So we're back to really the theme of quite a lot of these videos. So we are currently scouting the 150s, as you can see. You know, we're looking for certain commanders still, same as we were before. The Khaldoons, the Yusras, the Shagrats, those types, and the Maltoks, those sort of people, and trying to avoid the Grimmers and sort of double trolls and things like that. I know some people have had some real problems actually lately with Sharku, and so yeah, it probably needs looking at, that does. But scouts come along, and we'll see sort of what happens. So like I say, the aim is to get a 150 stone minimum in these last 20 minutes or so, and a 150 wood minimum. So I would expect to take a few more losses than what I would like, but like I say, it is probably worth it due to the buffs that you get at this point. So looking at that, the first scout hit a Khaldoon, and the second scout, poor old Ori, has hit an Ugthak, I think. So I'm guessing I'm going to pick the Khaldoon, and I would expect I'll have to reinforce here, to be honest. I know I said all the way through that I don't like to reinforce with a main com, but when it comes to 150s at this point, I will do that, just to make sure I take the tile before it's over. And I picked up some Mavens there as well, so I presume we'll be opening them shortly, because I don't like to keep them for very long before I spend them. They're pretty much the same as everyone else, I would think. So yeah, we've drew. Looking at the fight, it's pretty even, so not to take too many losses, we'll just reinforce and go again with that one. And by the looks of things, end up using some treatments, but again, that's what they're there for in that first day, so make the most of it where you can. So we'll reinforce and hopefully take the tile with a level of ease. And then that will be the stone one done. Then we need the wood, as you can see there, quick reinforce, and then we're creating some more scouts here, which looks a bit complex in fast forward, to be fair, but it's not that bad. It's just the fact that you're just trying to create as little troops as possible to sort of go and scout tiles, because we do need that wood tile as well. So as you can see, we're now looking around for them and giving them a little scout, then putting the troops back in so they can go on to commanders if needs be. And off we go. So we've now got the 150 tile, which is good. We didn't lose too much on the second way round, hardly any at all actually, second time round. And we've got plenty of Mavens at this point, I think. And by plenty, I mean about 10-ish. So I will go and open those, and as everyone loves opening a Maven, I know it's only 10, but we'll do them in 2 lots of 5s, and see if we get anything good. So here we go. Purples and blues. Frodo and Sam respect letter, so maybe a Frodo bomb at some point, who knows. Might throw that in. Could have been anything, that though. And everyone's favourite character there, Círdan. Never mind, we'll trade that in for respect. So I'll be avoiding LOTR because of the trolls. and I will continue to scout other tiles. So as you can see with that method, I will just leave that be for a moment, and in a second there is some blind panic by me, I think, secretly deep down. I tried to make it look like I wasn't panicking, but a bit of a few lessons to be learnt here about looking how much grain you've got in particular. As you can see at the top, I have got very little, but I didn't know that before I scouted this tile. So I scout the 150 wood. I feel I can beat it with Gandalf, which looks like it should be a nice easy one with being a Shagrat, but again, troll, so I probably should have thought that through a little bit more, but well, we all make mistakes. So I attack the tile, and he takes quite a lot of losses. So at that point, I start to panic a little bit, and as you'll see the results, I realise very, very quickly that I can't do much about the fact that I can't get enough troops. So I will let you watch the video of how I creatively try and solve that problem. So I'll leave it with you. Okay, so begrudgingly we got the tile. It did cost us a few troops, and we did have to bail ourselves out with a couple of sweeps. It's why it's lucky, really, we did level up a third comm early on. There is only 8 minutes left, so it was a bit of a panic. Yeah, so it is one of those things where just be conscious of your resources is all I'll say. You don't want to really have to be trading them in a market at this point if you can help it. Also, you don't really want to be running out of troops, but as you can see there, I am pretty much on the borderline back again now with one full army. And now I'm going to switch back to taking some nice easy 90s because I've sort of succeeded in the goal that I wanted. So the last couple of minutes of this is a little bit frantic. You'll see that I take a lot of 90 tiles, or as many as I can in this time limit, with Dwalin mainly because just to use up his stamina. And that's pretty much the end of the 24 hours. So, yes, my point is nothing's really perfect. Even though I've done this now probably 11 or 12 times, I still get things wrong. You'll see I'm trying to take 90 tails here right up until the last possible second. I think my last march on Dwalin is with about 10 seconds left in the 24 hours. And that's good, you know, it just means that I have maximised that period of time. Whether I can do much afterwards for a couple of hours is a bit irrelevant to a degree where with troops and things, because they can rebuild while I'm sort of resting a little bit and having a little bit of time off, because it does take it out of you the first 24 hours if you do it correctly. But yeah, I mean, look, so that's sort of the end of this series of 6 videos. I will do a recap video where I think I'll go into a bit more depth into the types of sort of armies to scout and what to hit and how I do scouting and those kind of things. And that'll probably be a bit of a long one. But thank you for watching this series of videos. Any comments are appreciated. Any way I can improve would also be appreciated. Anything you'd like to see me do would be appreciated, providing it's in-game, of course. And yeah, I'll just show you very briefly where we finished with tiles. So we did get the 2 150s, which we wanted. We did get the 3 130s, 25 90s, 24 60s, 23 40s, and no 30 tiles because we had to get rid of them at the end. So we've got 8 tiles spare. And I would say that is a reasonable effort for your first 24 hours. Like I say, we did finish in 50th on the server, so we did compete to a degree with the big boys. But it set us up nicely for the season, and that's probably the most important thing of it all, is just to make sure you get that solid first 24 hours, just to make sure that you are covered. So yeah, that's the end of that. Thanks for listening and watching, and as always, if in doubt, always follow your nose.